What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chance Ellison.
And I'm Russell Howe.
And this is Notorious by Chance, the YouTube channel, where we review all the things in theaters. And we're doing a little catch-up today because we've seen a lot of movies that we just haven't had the time to review. I just had Orlando this past weekend, which was great. But it means we haven't had a chance to review anything. Russell just saw this movie, which we're about to talk about, and that is Gemini Man. So, Gemini Man is a movie which is, it's the Fresh Prince versus Big Willy Style. That's what you put it. Basically, it's about a man. He's an assassin. He tries to retire, but then he is sought after by another assassin who turns out to be a younger clone of himself. It stars Will Smith and is directed by Ang Lee. And this is one that I was looking forward to immensely when this year started, because I'm a huge fan of Will Smith, despite the fact that he's had some ups and downs in his career recently. I'm a huge fan of Ang Lee. I think he's one of the best directors working right now. At least at one point he was. Yeah, I think the concept sounded cool. I think the trailers looked really interesting to me. And Russell, that sucks to say, but I was a little let down by this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was too, just because of the fact that the trailer really gets you involved, get you in, wanting to see this film, and then you watch it.
But also the amount of talent you have behind this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, anything, Will Smith, Clive Owen. I mean, you have good, Ang Lee directing it. I mean, you have good talent around there, and it just was one of those, just kind of a lackluster film. You leave the film just going, just
yeah. Not to say there's not like good things about it. Like, okay, first of all, I'd just say, I think Will Smith, it was really good in the movie.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he definitely. I mean, he carried the movie. He had to, but yeah, I mean, it was a good film. I mean, a good role for him, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that much like with a lot of movies in Will Smith's career as of recently, the movie may not be good, but he's not the problem. He's usually turning in a really good performance.
Yeah, I think this was just a battle against special effects here in this film.
Yeah, and I will say he did a great job of playing what is essentially two different characters, because you look at what he's doing, it could have been so easy for him to make these two characters just so similar down to a T. But you close your eyes, you listen to these lines, you can distinctly tell which one is Henry and which one is the clone Junior.
For sure, because he's talking like he's younger and is less experienced than, obviously.
Yeah, he brings a lot of nuances to each character. I really appreciate that. I like Mary Winstead in the movie. I think the two of them have a really good dynamic.
Yeah, she was a good supporting character, for sure.
They really cop out on what her character's supposed to be, and we'll get to that in a second. I like Benedict Wong in the movie. I think I would like to see him make a comedy, because I think the guy's really funny.
Yeah, he was pretty funny in the film.
Yeah, and also the special effects, like the de-aging. Well, not really de-aging, because what they're doing is they're making an entirely CG character. Yeah. I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know why you couldn't just de-age him.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if Marvel and Disney had that trademarked.
Yeah, I feel like some of this kind of really was kind of off-putting, and it kind of was like a distraction in the film.
See, I didn't feel that. I thought for the most part it was pretty seamless.
Yeah, see, to me, I thought it looked choppy to me, because I was continually distracted by the look of the young Will Smith. It kind of looked fake. It was one of those ones where I'm watching, and again, I didn't watch it. I was at HFR.
High frame rate.
Yeah.
I saw this movie twice. Once in standard, once in high frame rate.
And I'm wondering, because if I saw it in standard, it just couldn't keep up with it shot in HFR. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm thinking, because some of the scenes I saw, the action scenes, like the one obviously on the motorcycle, the best scene in the film. I was wondering if maybe that seemed like it was really. When they were fighting, it would speed up real quick. You know what I mean? And I wonder if it's because of the HFR. I just noticed a couple scenes that were like that.
Right. Yeah, I think the visual. I think the cinematography of this movie is also really well done.
Oh, beautiful for sure.
Beautifully shot.
Even when we're talking with the motorcycle chase scene, where it's just panning across beautifully. I thought everything about that film, with the cinematography, was really beautiful in the film.
Yeah, I think the technical aspect of this movie, for the most part, is actually done pretty well.
Yeah.
It's when we get to the script and the real plot.
Yeah.
This movie just goes off. Okay, to give you an idea of the script, this movie was originally pitched back in 1997.
Yeah, so it's been 22 years. Jeez.
22 years. It's about I would have to this point, Joe Carnahan was going to direct it, Clint Eastwood was going to star in this movie, Harrison Ford was going to star in this movie, And you see this in like, yeah, this very much feels like a script that was pitched in 1997. It feels like they had this script and they had it from a first draft and just never went back and fixed it.
I literally had shades of Enemy of the State a little bit with the film. I think it kind of reminded me. It kind of reminded me of that little, cat and mouse type feel to it. Yeah, it feels like a late '90s action film. It really does. But unfortunately, it's stuck 22 years back, and I think action films now are a lot different than they were. You know what I mean? They weren't a dime a dozen like they were in the '90s.
I mean, it was pitched in the '90s. I think it needed modern technology to make this work. Only problem is Looper kind of beat it to this concept.
And that's the thing. So Looper pretty much took everything, the premise of pretty much Gemini Man, and took it and was more successful, I think, with it.
It absolutely wasn't. And there's a whole bunch of story threads that are introduced and they don't go anywhere. Like Meredith Woods' character, I like her in the movie, but like they can't decide whether they want to make her a love interest or not.
Yeah, it's like, are we friends? Are we like a love interest? And then I thought maybe at the end of the film, are we with the son? Maybe with the clone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this movie's not written well enough to make it work. To make it work where they don't commit to one.
No, that's the thing. And I was thinking just because of the how they showed a college or whatever. And it's really not that too much of a spoiler. But just you think maybe that there's a potential for the clone and her character to maybe be together, or there's
especially like in the midway point of the movie where they had like that whole interaction.
Yeah, like I said, the film doesn't know. It goes in, then it goes out. It goes in, it goes out. Like it doesn't have that. It has commitment issues, so we never really get that kind of love interest.
This movie also has some of the dumb look. Probably actually because they are given some stupid shit to say, but they sell like champions. Like
they try.
They actually have an interaction where one says like, "What are we gonna find in Hungary?" And with no irony goes, "Hungarians."
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad dialogue.
Yeah, the dialogue's not very good. Also, Clive Owen, like they do everything with him except give him like a mustache to twirl.
Yeah, and I feel bad because he's such a good actor. I just feel like, and the story with the twist is so predictable where they're going with it.
Well, no, but that's the thing. Like that's the other thing. The way this movie structures, it's poorly structured because they play it like you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to know that he's being chased by a clone of himself.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing that kind of sucks. Like that would have been the whole entire reason to have that twist. But then I just feel like they underutilized that. I feel like the film's very easy to follow along. The twists aren't twists. None of those are a big surprise.
No, yeah, but like especially just like Jimmy Nuts, the way they played the whole Junior. By the way, another thing, Junior feels like a placeholder in them that they never went back and changed.
Yeah,
like it's the way they reveal the clone, like whatever, like you're not supposed to know, and the way it's like a pop goes the wheel kind of thing. It's really weird. Like the movie takes forever to figure. It's like 45 minutes in the movie before they actually say like, oh shit, this is a clone of Henry. It's just like but going in, we already know that. We already know the premise of the movie.
Yeah, and then what about the back end of the film with the third?
The back end of we're not going to say what it is.
The third little.
The back end it comes out of nowhere, and the storyline is just done.
Because they never have like made hints of anything else like this.
No, they did. I will say that after watching this twice, they did make hint of what happens at the end, but like still, it literally still comes out of nowhere.
To me, it was out of left field.
Just like No, yeah, like you could cut that part out and the movie would have been essentially no different.
Yeah, because I feel like that was supposed to be the climax of the film, and it really was like very unclimactic. So yeah, to me, it just didn't work. Yeah.
So going to our ratings, me first. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that don't work about this movie, mainly for script and story, and yeah, this high frame rate thing. I'm very curious what happened to Ang Lee because like you look at his early career, he's very concerned about like story and character and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems like recently he's gotten that James Cameron syndrome. All he gives a shit about is like the technology. We got to make this movie, more immersive. We got to make you feel the movie. And look, I will say, high frame rate doesn't bother me like it does a lot of people. I kind of like high frame rate. I think it's I don't know why, it's just very visually pleasing to me. So I will say if you can see it in high frame rate, which I know isn't a lot of places, but if you can, I say give it a matinee prize. But as a movie, the quality of the film aside, or the quality of the film as a movie, I think this movie is well acted, well shot. The special effects, for the most part, are really good. But yeah, when it comes to down to that story, this movie is just all kinds of unremarkable. But the story, the editing, and the structure of it, just all kinds of unremarkable. To me, it settles at a high rental.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and follow suit and say rental too. It's one of those ones where it's nothing you need to see. Hurry up and go out and see. It's nothing that you need to really pay a matinee price for. It's one of those ones where you can probably watch it at the comfort of your own house. I think it's one of those ones. It's a serviceable film for like a rental. It's a fun action film at that, but when you start to dissect it and start peeling it, the different layers of this film, it does fall flat on a lot of areas. I wish I would have seen an HFR. That's my fault because I waited a little bit too long for the one Regal Theater, and I think they only had it the first week. I think it came out and then dropped it from the for the high frame rate. Right. So I absolutely wouldn't mind have seen it in HFR. I think that would have added more to the submersive experience I think Ang Lee was trying to go for. But just lately, I just feel like Ang Lee, kind of how you said, he's just trying to appeal to the senses. As opposed to go back to what really made you successful, with Brokeback Mountain, with Life of Pi. With,
go back to
Crouching
Tiger
movies. Yeah, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, even the Hulk.
I feel like Life of Pi at this point is now an anomaly because that was the one time where he's like, oh, we're going to implement all this new technology, all this blue screen, all this
but
techniques of filming, but that's one where it really worked for him because I think awesome.
And I think we've gone downhill in our filmmaking from there.
I mean, you look at the Halftime movie. Yeah. You look at this.
It's a shame because he's a good filmmaker, and I need to go back to the.
I want Ang Lee to keep making movies because I feel like he still got something left in him. I feel it. He just got to go back to doing go back and do something smaller.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's our review on Gemini Man. Did you see it? What did you think about it? Leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe. Russell, you want to give our plugs for us?
Yeah, go ahead and check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook group called Notorious by Chance. Haha, what are the odds? Where we put up polls for everybody, all of our listeners to vote on what movie we review. At the time of the shooting here, we are going to talk about The Stand, and then we have a couple other little episodes for Halloween season. So yeah, go ahead and get on that. And you can find that pretty much wherever podcasts are located. But yeah, definitely join the Facebook group. That's where you get all the information first. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram at ChanceWars_91. Check out the Schmodown where I compete. I had to think about that real quick. Check out the Schmodown where I compete in movie trivia. Join the Patreon. Got Spectacular coming up in December, so if you're going to be in the LA area, get your tickets. It's going to be a super, super fun card. And yeah, we're doing a bunch of these back to back, so we will see you in just a little bit.